Welcome to the Simply Imperfect Podcast. If you're on the hunt for perfection, you may want to keep looking because we are imperfection at its finest around here. However, if you're looking to have conversations covering the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about life, you've come to the right place. We not only embrace life's imperfections around here, we celebrate them. So for those of you who've decided to join us on this journey, go grab yourself a beverage, sit down, settle in, and let's get started. Welcome back to the Simply Imperfect Podcast. You guys, I did not think I would have to do an update this quickly. I knew it was going to happen. I knew I'd have to do an update, but I did not think I would finalize a podcast and not even 24 hours later, I would have to be doing an update, which is what happened today. On Sunday morning, Sunday, September 19th, this video hit YouTube, and it's a family blogger, Red, White, and Bethune. I actually have no idea how to say the last name of this family, but the family was in the Grand Tetons National Park, specifically at the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area, and as they were traveling through, they had accidentally forgotten to turn off a GoPro that they have on top of their vehicle, and while they were driving through, they actually filmed what looked to be Gabby's van parked in a campsite. They actually said that they were going to stop and talk to them at the time, but the van looked empty and dark, and so they kept on driving. The couple, this YouTube family, said that they are a few weeks behind on going through their footage, and as they were going through their footage, they saw the license plates of the van, and that is what brought their attention to thinking it was Gabby's van. So they called the FBI tip line, and they were instructed to submit it through the online website. Sunday morning, the FBI also released the statement saying the FBI Denver field office and its Wyoming resident agencies, in coordination with the National Park Service, the U.S. Forest Service, the Teton County Sheriff's Office, and the Jackson Police Department, have been conducting ground surveys at the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area. They added that the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area is located in the Bridger Teton National Forest on the east boundary of the Grand Teton National Park. They said the area is closed to the public and will remain closed until the survey is complete. As most probably know now, a body was found during this search, and it was found not too far away from where Gabby's van was pictured in the video. Now, authorities at this time have only said that the body does match the description of Gabby, that further testing will need to be completed. The FBI also released another statement saying that the Denver FBI agents, along with, and then it lists off all the other agencies, have been conducting investigative activity in the vicinity of the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area in the Bridger Teton National Forest. Today, the search revealed human remains consistent with the description of Gabby Petito. Full forensic identification has not been completed, and we do not yet know the cause of death. We appreciate your patience as we work through this process. I think this is an outcome many of us had already accepted in our minds as was probably going to be the outcome. I am always the forever optimist, and I hoped, against all logic, that Gabby could still be found safe and alive. While it is a absolute devastating outcome, at least now her family knows. They're not wondering if she's out there in the cold and alone and scared. At this time, Brian is still, his whereabouts are still unknown. He disappeared or has not been seen, according to his family, since Tuesday of last week, so almost a week ago. I think there are also many theories on whether he's alive or not. I do hope he is. I do hope he has not harmed himself in any way, because if he was the one who hurt Gabby, which in my opinion, it's pretty obvious that he probably was the one who did. He needs to be held accountable. He failed that beautiful girl and that beautiful young lady. He was supposed to take care of her and protect her, and it was the person he was supposed to spend the rest of his life with, and is the one person in the world she should feel safe with. And I think after watching the body cam video of their interaction, I feel even more strongly in my statements that it seemed like a reactionary thing on her end, that he was playing calm to make her look crazy. I mean, you even heard her say it, that I'm just being crazy. And unfortunately, Gabby's story is a familiar one to a lot of families, and domestic violence situations are not uncommon. And while we don't have the details of what happened to Gabby and a whole lot of details about what their relationship was like, you cannot tell me that this young girl's body isn't found in the middle of a national park. Her boyfriend, fiance, didn't leave her there and drive back home and hope she would never be found. And you're not going to tell me or ever make me believe that this was a all of a sudden thing, that this wasn't something that progressed over time. And I think it is another reason why we need to have more open conversations about domestic violence and the signs of it and the resources that are out there. If you are currently struggling in a domestic violence situation, you deserve better. And there are people out there who will help you. I know it seems scary and it doesn't seem possible to leave, but you can. You deserve better. You deserve a happy life. And someone who loves you does not hurt you. If you do find yourself in a domestic violence situation, there are resources and agencies out there to help you. And I want to make sure to include that in this episode. The National Domestic Violence Hotline has multiple different ways for you to reach out and get help. They've got all sorts of resources to help you identify your abuse, help you get help, plan for safety, and even if you are somebody who currently doesn't need help but want to provide some assistance, there are resources on how you can help. If you are somebody who is looking for assistance for yourself, the National Domestic Violence Hotline has a telephone number, which is 1-800-799-SAFE, which is 1-800-799-7233. You can also get on their website, which is thehotline.org, and chat. And you can text START, so START, to 88788. We need to bring more attention to this. No one should end up in Gabby's situation. Gabby shouldn't have ended up in her situation. We just need to remember that love doesn't hurt. If you love someone, you don't hurt them, and if someone claims to love you, they shouldn't hurt you, and you deserve better. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Simply Imperfect Podcast. If you've enjoyed what you've heard here today and don't want to miss a future episode, please make sure to subscribe. If you're looking for show notes from today's episode, head on over to simplyimperfect.org. While you're at it, check out the links to all of our social media accounts and join our mailing list. The Simply Imperfect Podcast is a commentary channel. The statements and views are the creator's opinion, should not be considered fact, and are for entertainment purposes only. Please conduct your own research before making conclusions of your own.